So you're on TikTok, you're creating, you're posting, trying to build something, right? For fun, maybe for business, but it feels like, well, shouting into the void sometimes. How do you know what's actually hitting the mark?
And speaking of getting seen, if you are looking for ways to give your social media profiles a bit more oomph, you could check out rapidboost.net. But today, right now, we are diving deep, deep into the numbers behind TikTok.
That's exactly it. We're moving beyond just, posting and hoping for the best. We're talking strategy, making decisions based on actual data. And our guide for this is a really insightful resource, Mastering TikTok Analytics for Growth. It lays out how to read the signals TikTok sends.
Right, so the mission today is pretty clear. Get you actionable steps, not just staring at numbers, but really understanding them, using them to grow. We want to help you turn that data into a real working strategy. So where are we focusing? What are we going to unpack? Okay, so first, just the basics. Where are these analytics? What do the main numbers even tell you? Then we'll get into your audience, who they are, where they are, and critically, when they're actually online. After that, we'll dig into how your individual videos are performing, looking past just the view counts. And finally, how to spot those winning themes, the stuff that consistently grabs people.
Okay, sounds good. Let's start with those basics. You said analytics are built into the app. Where do people actually find this stuff?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. First thing, you need a pro, creator, or business account. It's a free switch, crucial for getting analytics. Once you have that, you go to your profile page, top right corner, see those three lines, tap that, you'll see creator tools or maybe business suite, and right in there, boom, analytics, tap that, and you're looking at your main dashboard.
Got it. And it's not just a big mess of numbers, I hope. It's organized somehow.
Oh yeah, definitely organized, usually into 4 main tabs. You've got the overview, that's your big picture, follower count changes, total views, general engagement over time. Then content, which drills down into stats for every single video you've posted. Followers, that's gold for demographics and audience activity. And lastly, alive, which is, well, all about your live stream data.
Okay. So someone's just dipping their toes in. What are the absolute must-watch metrics to start with?
Well, the source really points to a few key ones. In that overview, keep an eye on follower growth. Tells you if your overall approach is working. Then in content, yeah, video views are there, but average watch time. That's arguably more important. It shows how long people are actually sticking around. That's a huge indicator of engagement. The source even mentions, like, if your watch time is longer than the video, that means people are rewatching. Powerful stuff.
That's a great point. Yeah, rewatching is huge. A big view count means laugh if they bounce after a second. What other engagement stuff should we track in that content section?
Exactly. So beyond watch time, look at likes, comments, shares. These are active engagements, right? Someone did something. And also check traffic sources. This tells you how people found your video. Was it the For You page? Your profile? Followers? Search?
Okay.
The source notes that getting lots of views from For You often connects back to using trending sounds or hashtags. Good levers for discovery.
Right. That makes sense. Okay, so we know where the data is, what the basic numbers mean. Now, you mentioned the source really stresses understanding your audience. Where do we find that info?
That's the Followers tab. That's your treasure trove for audience insights. It gives you a demographic breakdown, where your viewers are located geographically, gender split too.
Huh, that could be surprising.
Right.
You might think you know who's watching, but the data could say something totally different. How does knowing that practically change what you post?
Oh, massively. Say you find out a big chunk of your audience is in, I don't know, another country. You could maybe tweak your language, your references, even when you post to hit their time zone better. The source actually gives an example. A lifestyle vlogger found a big female audience in London and New York.
Okay.
So they started weaving in some local trends from those cities, adjusted posting times, and saw their average watch time climb. Pretty cool.
That's a really concrete example. Nice. So, location, gender.
Yeah.
What else does the followers tab tell us?
Age groups. You
Yeah.
get a breakdown there too. Knowing if you're talking mostly to Gen Z or millennials or a mix, that shapes everything, topics, tone, the trends you jump on. Like a fitness creator, right? They might do different workouts depending if their audience is mostly teens or, say, adults in their 30s or 40s.
Totally. The ab challenge for a teen is different from like sustainable fitness for a busy parent. And timing, you mentioned active hours. That seems crucial. How do we see that?
Yep, same place. That Followers tab shows you the days and the specific hours your followers are most active on TikTok. This is super valuable. Posting when more of your audience is actually online.
Yeah.
It just gives your content a much better shot at that initial engagement boost. And that signals to the algorithm, hey, people like this.
Ah, okay. So it's not just posting randomly, it's about meeting your audience where, or rather when they are. Okay, account overview, check. Audience deep dive, check. Now, individual videos, you said look beyond likes and views. What should we really zero in on per video?
Average watch time, again, it really is king for individual videos. It's the clearest signal of how captivating that specific piece of content was. TikTok's algorithm loves videos that hold attention. The source is clear. Videos that keep people watching past the first few seconds. Much higher chance of landing on the For You page.
Makes total sense. Got to hook them fast.
Yeah.
What are some ways the source suggests to actually boost that watch time?
Key tactics they mention. Start with a really strong hook in the first second or two. Like, immediately grab them. Deliver value quickly, entertainment, info, emotion, whatever it is. And be careful with long, slow intros. People scroll fast. Get to the point.
Right, short attention spans, especially on TikTok.
Right.
What about those traffic sources again? How does analyzing that for one specific video help?
Well, for an individual video, it tells you how that specific piece got discovered. If one video blew up on the For You page, maybe the topic or the hashtags really hit right for a wider audience.
Okay.
But if another video got most views from your existing followers, maybe that content resonates really well with your core community. Understanding that difference helps you tailor content for either broad discovery or nurturing your base. The source had an example, a pet influencer. Notice new followers came from videos hitting the For You page. So they started using more trending sounds strategically, and boom, reach expanded even more.
Okay, so differentiating between reach and resonance. Got it. The source also mentions engagement rate per video. How do we figure that out, and why bother for each one?
Yeah, engagement rate. The source explains it. You take the likes, comments, and shares, add them up, divide that total by the number of views for that video, then multiply by 100 to get a percentage.
Okay, simple enough.
It basically shows how interactive people were relative to how many saw it. If a video has tons of views, but like almost no comments or shares, low engagement rate, maybe the call to action wasn't clear or it just didn't spark interaction. Analyzing your high engagement posts helps you see patterns. What topics, styles, lengths get people talking or sharing.
Right, learn from the winners. Okay, so for single videos, watch time, traffic source, engagement rate, let's zoom back out. How do we spot those recurring themes or formats that just consistently work well across the board?
This is where all that individual video analysis comes together. Look at your top performers, the ones with great watch time and engagement. What do they have in common? Are they behind the scenes? Tutorials, fast-paced edits, specific topics. Maybe certain hashtags keep popping up on your best stuff. Once you spot these patterns, the source advises leaning into them. Put more of that successful stuff in your content plan. But, key point, don't just copy-paste. Keep it fresh. Avoid getting repetitive, or your audience might tune out.
Yeah, definitely don't want to become stale. What about video format?
Yeah.
Like length. Does analytics help there?
Absolutely. Compare your really short clips, say 15 seconds, against your longer ones, maybe closer to a minute. Do you see better retention on the quick ones? Or do longer narratives hold your specific audience? Maybe drop-off is huge on longer stuff. The source basically suggests experimenting, like split testing almost. Post a mix of lengths, track the retention, the shares, even new followers gained from each. Then do more of what the data shows works best for you.
Experiment, measure, adjust. Sounds like a solid loop.
And we can track things like hashtags and audio too, right?
Exactly. Analytics can hint at which hashtags, caption styles, or trending sounds are actually helping discovery and engagement. Maybe using a specific popular sound gives your impressions a big jump. The source even suggests keeping a simple log. Track these elements for each post. Over time, you'll likely see clear winners emerge.
That's super practical. This really moves things away from just guessing, doesn't it? Towards making informed choices.
Totally.
The source also talks about continuous improvement, iteration, and testing. What does that mean, practically speaking?
It means actively playing with different parts of your videos, like A/B testing. The source suggests things like test different video thumbnails, do some get more clicks, try different opening hooks, which ones keep people watching past those first crucial seconds, even test your captions or calls to action, which ones get more comments or follows.
Okay.
The key is to track the results of these little tests and use what you learn to keep refining your overall approach. So it's never really done. It's always create, analyze, adjust, create again. And we need to look outside our own stats too, right? Like platform changes.
Oh, absolutely. TikTok isn't static. Algorithms change, trends shift, big world events happen. These can all affect what people watch. The source advises checking your analytics regularly, especially after, say, a platform update. See if audience behavior shifts. Maybe educational content spikes during back to school, or certain humor takes off around holidays. Staying aware helps you adapt and stay relevant.
Makes sense. It's a moving target, so our strategy needs to move too. And the source also highlights learning from the flops, the videos that don't work.
Yes, so important. Those duds can teach you a ton, sometimes more than the viral hits. They show you what not to do, maybe. Did views tank when you tried a new format? Was watch time awful on videos with long intros? Analyzing what didn't connect helps you avoid repeating mistakes. It's just part of the learning curve.
Okay, wow. We've covered a lot. Understanding the basics, digging into the audience, looking at individual videos, finding successful themes. If you had to boil it down, what are the absolute key takeaways people should walk away with?
I'd say number one, check your analytics regularly. Make it part of your routine, not an afterthought. Two, really get to know your audience, who they are, when they're active. Three, focus on metrics like average watch time and engagement rate. They tell a richer story than just views. And four, actively identify your best content and figure out why it works. What are the common threads?
Definitely. It's all about using that data to stop guessing and start strategizing. Understanding analytics helps you make better content, reach the right people, and build real engagement. It's not just about numbers on a screen, it's about real growth.
Exactly. So here's a thought for you listening. Maybe after this, open up your TikTok analytics. Look with fresh eyes. Do the numbers match what you thought was happening? Are your assumptions about your audience correct? And maybe most importantly, based on that data, what's one small change, one little tweak you could try in your next video?